Hello everyone, excuse my sweaty state, but I've been a bit busy around today and it's been very hot today. Just going to crack right on with what I'm going to do. So I said a couple of weeks ago I'll answer all these questions as honestly as I can, and from what I can see there's quite a few questions. I've printed them all up off and cut them out, and they're all in this big old basket here, well, basket bowl, and I'm just gonna see if I can pick some at random. Now they're all printed off like this, so you know, from Anonymous. So the reason I've mixed them up is because if someone's wrote two questions at the same time, I'm going to tell it's the same person, so it's better if it just comes straight out how it is. So let's crack on with, I'm going to put this one back in here and it can come up later. First question, and I'm just going to read the questions out and then answer them. Disclaimer, it may have swearing in this video, but that's only because other people have sworn. I'm just reading it out, okay? Not because I'm swearing myself, and to be honest with you, I don't think swear words actually exist. I think they're just interpreted as offensive words the way people see them. So you could say the word shit and people could be, somewhere could be like, yeah, that's fine, up where, you know, somewhere else people are going to be like, oh, that's really offensive. Well, let me tell you something, it's just 4 letters arranged in a certain way. If you had ship as in a boat, that's not an offensive word. If you said, oh shit, people aren't going to be like, whoa, don't swear. So why is it if you change the P to a T, suddenly it's such a bad word? Like, you know, so anyway, I don't believe in swear words. I don't believe they exist. I think people just make them exist. It's all brainwashing from the parents. So, cracking on. First question. What do you need to get off your chest right now? This t-shirt for a start, well, shirt, because it's quite sweaty out there, and I'm a bit like, yeah, I'm even getting BO patches. You probably can't see it on the camera, but there is a big old sweat patch there. So yeah, that's what I need to get off my chest. If you could go back in time once and change a single thing, what would it be? I said this before and I'll say it again. I would kill myself to see if myself would actually exist, because my soul, my personality, everything like that might not exist if I killed myself, but it might exist in a different human shell. So I could be this exact person with these exact same faults, but in like someone who looks completely different, you know. And how do I know that's not what's happened to me now? How do I know someone didn't have a miscarriage or something and they were going to have me, and then my parents ended up with my personality that was floating around, like, which person can I go into? So I would kill me when I was a fetus, just to see if someone else would take the place, or if I would actually even exist. I'm sure I would, somewhere. How can a personality just come out of nothing? I don't think it can. So, yeah. Is what you're doing now what you always wanted to do growing up? What, be single and be in a job that pays £8 an hour? Not really, no. Being a flat, 2-bed flat on my own? Nope. But what I wanted to do growing up was just have some independence. I've got some independence, now I'm going backwards. I'm going into dependence, because I think I need that. Excuse my hair, it's a bit fluffy today. Yeah, so I think I need a bit of depending on people, so I'm looking at sharing somewhere soon. So yeah, but no, I love my job, love the people there. It just doesn't pay much, and people are like, oh, it's £8 an hour, that's good. Well, yeah, but £8 an hour if you're only working 2 days a week is not much. So let's crack on with the next question. Do you prefer me wearing makeup or none at all? Don't know who you are. So if you smear it on and it looks really bad, I prefer you with none over smeared on. If it's not, you know, if you wear makeup and it's not noticeable, I'd say carry on wearing it. Probably look good with it on for a reason. Have you ever woken a neighbours up because you were so loud in the bedroom? Yes. I've told the story before. Once it was like 2 in the morning, and I decided to put up a shelf because I woke up, I couldn't get back to sleep, and I was like, this shelf needs to go up in my bedroom. So I started drilling in the wall at 2 in the morning and woke the neighbours up, and they weren't too happy. So that is a time when I've woken her neighbours up because I was too loud in the bedroom. How many people do you truly love and what are you doing for them? Define love is what I'd say. I don't know what love is. I'm hoping one day to find out. I thought I was in love with someone, but if they were in love with me, that's not what I would interpret love as doing. So, how many people do I truly love? Don't know. You mean like mate love? Give or take, under 20? You mean like love as in, I'm in love with you? Then, bye. What are you doing for them? Okay, so mates, like I get them like coffees and stuff when they're at work. I get them like little bits to help them when they're not well, you know. Send them compliments here and there, say compliments to them, which can sometimes come off as a bit flirty / creepy. But no, the idea is that I'm giving you a compliment. Take it nicely as someone nice giving you a compliment. Don't take it any further. If I say, you know, you've got a nice bum, take it as thank you, I've got a nice bum, I should be complimented. Not, he's checking my bum out, blah, 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 blah. No, that's not what it's about. It's about you feeling confident in yourself and me helping you to get to that stage. If you could ask for one wish, what would it be? Unlimited wishes. Would you rather piss yourself in public or shit yourself in private but have to wait 3 hours to clean it up? Well, I wouldn't want to piss myself in public, so I wouldn't want to wee in public because everyone would see that. Pooing myself in private but waiting 3 hours to clean it up seems like a better option. I'll go with that one. Would you break the law to save a loved one? If I loved them, yes, I would. No question about that. Law's man-made anyway. Yeah. Would you rather spend 5 years in solitary confinement in a prison and become rich, or never go to prison but never become rich? If it's only 5 years in solitary confinement, I would take the 5 years. Because once you're rich, you don't need a job, do you? So it wouldn't matter if you've got a criminal record. How do we know that once something leaves our sight, it doesn't cease to exist? What? I don't think things do exist after they leave our mind. I think I see a guy walking down the road, he turns a corner, he's no longer in my world because he's disappeared. So, you know, your mind, you know, your eyes see everything upside down. Your mind interprets what your eyes see, okay? So your mind, you might see, say, this watch here. You might go, oh, that's a silver watch because it's grey coloured, yeah? What if it's not? What if that's just what your mind's telling you? What everyone else's mind's telling them, but it's not actually that colour. How your mind makes everything up. So, and you just believe it, because what else are you going to believe? If you could have only one type of sex for the rest of your life, what would you choose? Oral, anal, or regular? I'm going to have to go with regular because you can't make children with the other two. And I want to have kids when I'm older. So, yeah. Would you relocate for love? If we're married, she gets a better job somewhere else. Yeah, let's go. If we're not too serious, whatever. Would you have a one-night stand with me? I think you're cute. No, because I don't know who you are, and it says anonymous. So, anonymous person, when you message me, I might actually go on a date with you, if that's what you're after. If you're after something a bit less formal and a bit more kinky, then maybe we need to have a conversation about that. What's one thing you would like to change about yourself? I don't like my nose. I think it's too big. I don't like my voice. Like, sometimes people say, oh, you mumble. Yeah, that's because I'm not breathing properly through my busted up nose. So I'm not getting the oxygen I need to actually get my voice out there. But I would change that if I could. Sort my nose out or sort my voice out. What is your greatest strength? Bicep. It might actually be my leg muscles because they're quite big. What were you doing when you last lost track of time? Good question. I think it was last night when I was trying to record this and I ran out of time because I was like, what's the time? And I looked and it had been like, I don't know, like 10 to when I'd started, and it was like, I just set up all the kit and that, and it was like 11:30 at night, and I was like, nah, I'm going to bed. And I must have lost time. Worst time killer is Facebook. Go on Facebook and you lose so much time. YouTube as well. Do you consider yourself the hero or the villain in your story? Bit of both. I'd say the hero because I'm being nice to people, but I'm also the villain because I have my moments. But yeah, I'd say the hero, because the hero always goes off and does something and you're like, oh no, like Superman. And Superman got red kryptonite or whatever it was, he went a bit mad, and though he was the hero of the story, he went around killing people, or trying to kill people and injure them, so, you know, I see myself as the hero. What would you do if your parents didn't like your partner? Tell them tough luck, I like her. I don't know why you don't like her, because if I like her, my judgment's quite good, so. Do you own your faith? Do I own my faith? Sorry, I just knocked this over. This is a good question. Do I own my faith? I mean, is your faith the result of a cultural or family tradition? Or something you were raised with? Or because you know it makes your girlfriend happy, you know, you having that faith, or because your, you know, life is built around that, your community is built around that, the people you hang out with is built in that circle. Do you live in a religious society where it's advantageous to be Christian? Because I've seen that. Question is, deep down, what do we actually believe? Like, is following Jesus a decision, or are you vigorously living out Christianity, you know, because of an allegiance to someone or something? Or, you know, what is it? So I don't know. I don't know if I own my faith or if it's just part of me. I won't know for a while, I don't think. Do you ask enough questions, or are you happy settling for what you already know? I always ask questions about everything, so I'm never happy until I know. Why? Describe the greatest adventure of your life. Went to Turkey with my ex-fiancée Paige. We did a lot of stuff out of my comfort zone, but it was nice. Like, we did parasailing, quad biking, stuff like that. And yeah, it's just an adventure for me because I've never been to a country that's predominantly Muslim, and I've got Christian tattoos up my arm, and I hung out there with someone who I love and actually shared this experience with them, like building those memories. That was what, you know, what I class as important. Let's move this back a little bit. Okay. When it's all said and done, will you have said more than you have done? Probably, because I talk quite a lot, so I've always got an opinion about something. Or one time this happened whenever someone says something. So, what do you owe yourself? So, what do you owe yourself? Don't know. What do I owe myself? I owe myself a good bit of fun in life. I've had a crappy life. I've worked my arse off in the last couple of years trying to keep my fiancée happy and show her how much I love her, and that backfired. So I owe myself some rest, I think. What do you think about Vicky? Vicky. I know two Vickies. One of them I don't really know. So, and the other one I used to go out with when I was like 14. Used to yawning. I'm very tired. 14. So I'm 28 this year. So like, if you think about it, I've lived my life again. Like that was halfway through my life as it is now. So what do I think about her? Nothing. I think at that time I was very, selfish and knew what I wanted, but wasn't interested in what everyone else wanted. So, yeah. Right, this one's someone who obviously thinks they're a philosopher has wrote me a statement here, 'cause this one's quite long. So, it says, we place a lot of importance on time, but remove some of those markers of time, and what are you left with? Does it matter how old you are? Is it how old you feel that matters? Is it just something people say to make themselves feel better? Age is often an advantage in businesses, so why are we so adverse to aging? If a company's been around for years, people trust it more. A few wrinkles are a small price to pay for experience, surely. I agree, if that's the way it goes, I don't have anything against what you just said, so I'd have to agree, I guess. I'm not, too tired to think about it. If you had a year left to live, what would you achieve over the next months? 12 months. I'd probably achieve a lot of debt, because I would spend a lot of my time going out and enjoying life. Because I'd know that I only have 12 months to live. Make the most of it. Why not? What is your favourite pie? Steak and kidney pie. Love a good steak and kidney pie. I don't mind chicken and mushroom, actually. Tea or coffee? Depends what time of day. Coffee, I drink more than tea. But I like flavoured coffee. So like, every morning I get a toffee nut latte from McDonald's. I'm like, yeah boy, toffee nut latte. I wouldn't get a tea from McDonald's. But first thing in the morning, if I've got milk, I will go out and I will make myself a tea while I'm getting ready. So, bit of both. But if I had to choose, I'd probably go with tea, because it doesn't leave an aftertaste. What is the point in following Christ? By that I think they mean, for me, what is the point in following what I believe? Which is a genuine question, so. Don't know, what is your purpose and motivation for following Jesus, if you like? It's full of good morals, standards and ethics, but why do you do it? And it's amazing how many times we've, as people, or even as Christians, have floated through our faith without asking ourselves this most basic question. Overall, we're continually faced with questions that challenge our belief systems. And this isn't a bad thing. If you follow the Bible, much of Jesus' ministry revolved around answering questions, but he answered them in parables. Oh, excuse me. Can't believe how tired I am. In the end, though, thoughtfully examining our faith promotes spirituality that is, I'll say, healthy, genuine, honest, and mature. So that's the point in following Christ, to mature yourself as a person. The Christian questions that throw me off, so I'm in the middle at the moment. Do you think you could give me an orgasm by only touching my breasts and kissing me, and would you like to try? That genuinely says that. The answer to that is I probably could, yes. Would I like to try? Depends who you are, to be honest with you. When was the last time you travelled somewhere new? This afternoon I went to look at a flat and I drove to Netley. Never really been to Netley, never driven there. So those new roads. It's an experience. Oh, I'm so tired. Could you be persuaded to kill someone? No, I don't think so. If your answer is no, how much money would it take to change your mind? It's not about money, because when you go to jail, you can't spend your money, can you? When you go to hell, you can't spend your money either for killing someone. I'd say if they were going to hurt or kill someone who I care about or love, I would go ham on them and then deal with consequences afterwards. I'm just one of those people who does that sort of thing. What do you think of your home? And what immediately comes to mind? Betrayal. My home right now is set up by my ex-fiancée and she betrayed me. So that's what comes to mind when I think of home. Which is nice, isn't it? Very cheery. Do you judge a book by its cover? Sometimes. With people, sometimes. Last night I thought about you, lay on my bed crying into my pillow and thinking about how we were once happy together. You were all I ever wanted, I don't know why I gave up on you. Okay, that can only be two people, to be honest. If we were happy together once, that can only be Karishma or Paige, who are both exes. And they both broke up with me, so whichever one it is, if you want to get back in touch, then happy days. If it's a friend being like, oh, we were so happy together, I don't know why I gave up on you, then, you know, I'm a forgive and forget kind of guy, like, just come and tell me, and I'm happy to sort it out. If karma was coming back to you, would it help or hurt you? A bit of both. I get some help, because I've done a lot of good for people. I've hurt a lot of people as well, so I get a bit of both, I reckon. STDs, drug overdoses, not remembering who all banged you the night before. It must have been a great life for you growing up. I didn't get any STDs, I'll just point out. Drug overdoses, I nearly overdosed twice. And not remembering who I had sex with, that's a pattern of my life, but I usually remember who it is after about a week or so. About a week ago. Yeah, so, yeah, it was an okay life, it was an experience, wasn't it? Would you rather be naked in the Antarctica or wear a snowsuit in the desert? Naked in the Antarctica, because I don't mind being cold, but I hate being hot. Not overheating. Like getting really dehydrated, dry throat. Who is the one person... Right, hang on. Oh. Who is the one person you talk to about just about anything? There is no one person. I have, I'd say, 4 people who I'm comfortable talking every single thing about. That is Charlie, Leanne, Pete, and Ben. Those are the 4 people. I've got another person who's kind of getting there, but they're not there yet. It's trust built up. So, when was the last time you tried something new? Today, I thought I'd have a strawberry lemonade McDonald's drink because everyone else was getting them. They're actually quite nice, but I haven't had one before, so that was something new. How do you celebrate the things you do have in your life? I don't. You know, I'm quite a negative person sometimes, so no, I don't. You'll never be the man your mum is. Well, you obviously don't know my mum, because my mum's not a man, so... What is a relationship deal breaker for you? It's usually what they, you know, if they had all these things that I'm like, yeah, everyone else has got those good looks, personality, jokey, bands, good parents that get along with me, you know, it would have to be what they believe. It's important to have a faith if you're in a relationship with me, that's what I'm saying. Why do you video blog? Do you not have any real friends? Thanks, whoever wrote that. My question to you would be, do you not have any real friends if you're sitting there typing the question to me? Or even watching my video vlogs? Then what are you doing with your life? But no, I do have real friends. It's just when I get home late at night and everyone else is at their own homes, I'm all alone and there's nothing else to do except video vlogs. So I end up video vlogging. That is the way it is. Would you rather spend 5 years in prison for something you didn't do, or 10 years for something you did do? 5 years for something I didn't do, because then I'd know I was innocent the whole time. It'd be frustrating, but afterwards I'd get out, be acquitted, and it'd just be 5 years of my life. 10 years? Don't know. Then maybe if I killed someone, they gave me 10 years, and then I finished my 10 years, I'd just be like, well, I deserved what I got, so I can never say, well, I don't deserve this, because I didn't do anything. It's an interesting one, that. Right, here's one. Which is worse, forgetting everything or never remembering anything new? That one's throwing me off. No, I'm a bit like, which would I rather do? I mean, forgetting everything or never remembering anything new. I mean, any form of amnesia is undesirable to people because they don't want to have it. But if you had the chance, to make that choice, would you say goodbye to everything you remembered in your past, everything you've ever known, and have to learn everything again? Or would you choose to keep what you know and never learn anything again? What makes this question so difficult is memory is so important to people, like it makes the person who they are. And too much unbalance with it can be problematic. So yeah, I mean, would I rather forget everything or never remember anything new? If you remember too much from your past as well, this is another thing. If you remember too much from your past, it can stop you from moving on to the future. So I wouldn't want that. Yeah. If you remember too little, if you don't remember anything from your past, it's difficult because if you didn't remember your past, you would make the same mistakes in the future and you'd have to learn it all again. But if you can't remember anything new, you can't learn to love again, you can't learn any new trades, you can't learn anything. You're stuck in that moment that you're in from your past, which is quite a challenge. So I'd have to go with you can't learn from your past if you forget it, but I'm happy to make new experiences. I'm only a quarter of the way through my life. Crack on. I'd forget everything from my past. There's a lot of hurt in my past as well. I'm going to answer 2 more questions and then I'm going to have to stop the video because I've got a 30-minute rule on YouTube. But yeah, and I'm slowly approaching that, but I will make another one as in a part 2. So this question says, you suck. I suck. Only if you're nice. What is the last thing you've done that is really worth remembering? Don't. Bought a car. That's worth remembering. Yeah, I really don't know. Booked holiday? Could be anything. Can't answer that question to be honest. But I'm going to have to turn this video off now. But I'm going to make a part 2 which will be uploaded straight after. So pop on to part 2 if your question hasn't been answered yet. Or if you're just curious about what questions I'm answering.